Yeah, g'day guys. This is a video for a new subscriber in New Zealand who's taking delivery. Congratulations to the 2018 STi. The reason I'm talking at 1,000 miles an hour is not because I've had my pre-workout speed shake, is because I've just made a 15-minute video and it just, I don't know what happened. There was like 6 chopper takeoffs and whatever. Now, maybe not the best place to film a video. I just love the airport though. Now, he's got a question. 1, running in. 2, modifications. Running in. Do not use a premium low, Castrol Magnatec. Do not use an anti-friction additive in the engine. Do not labour the engine. Do not floor the engine to redline. Subaru, say 1,500 or 2,000 kilometres. We all know human nature is going to have you flooring the shit out of it at about 900. If you're more disciplined than that, good on you. Okay, so you're going to find by nature of this car, it's going to be very hard for you to glaze your balls up and run it in wrong. The worst possible thing for me with running in would be an automatic STi sitting on the freeway at 105 kilometers an hour at 2,200 RPM. That's how you glaze your balls. The Flat 6 EZ30 was famous for that. That's why when you go and buy those Liberties, and by the way, for the person inquiring about the Liberty I'm going to have up for sale, I haven't discarded you. But I want to do it properly because the car's got a flat battery and there's things, there's a hole in the seat. I don't want to tell you it's perfect. Someone I lent it to wrecked it. So look, there'll be a video coming up about the Flat 6 Liberty. Maybe I can have a competition and give it away, and get 1 million subscribers. But hello to you. That video is coming up next week. Now, you don't want to add anti-friction compound. You don't want to rev the shit out of it. You don't want to be in the wrong gear. Now, being in the wrong gear here is pretty hard. When you're in the wrong gear, the car is going to punish you. Your friends are going to laugh at you. And as I say, you're better off in a 4-cylinder Camry, kicking it down in first gear. So get your car, drive it how you drive it. It's very cold in New Zealand, so, let it warm up a little bit, I guess, up to your heart's content. And use a premium 98 fuel. Now, I know for my tuner, these cars, and I know for me, this car detonates even more than the 2016. I don't know why. I'm sure people will say it's my imagination, but you've got to have premium 98 octane fuel. I like Mobil Supreme Plus. I know in New Zealand, fuel was $2.60 a litre in November last year. It's probably $3.10 now. Now, regarding this airbox, the factory airbox flows plenty. Okay, now I find this airbox, as much as I love it, there's only 2 that I believed in. It was the K&N and this, right? Now, this airbox flows slightly less than the standard airbox, so that was a waste of money. Also, it's heavy as anything. It doesn't look it, but it's really, really heavy. And not only that, if you misinstall it even slightly, you're going to have issues there. So this airbox heats up. It's heavy. It's expensive. Don't do it. For now, don't do it. So what modifications have I got? I've got a downpipe, which is in a previous video, right? I've got that. I've got this, which smooths out the boost curve, and it's just so much more progressive, I find. And that's the thing, being a mechanic and being a more risky type of A character, do they call it, or whatever I am, I want to do one thing at a time. See guys, I know, and I'm not recommending to do that, but I have to, because that's how I build my knowledge, right? So I wanted to see the oil in the intercooler and make it stock and pour the oil out from the intercooler. Now, when you get oil in your intercooler and you ingest it, it leans the mixture out and causes catastrophic detonation in the engine and leans it out. That's why, even standard, this car should have this system on it. Now, I have now and then gone back and looked in these pipes. This is doing its job. Okay, just remember when you top your oil up to put a funnel down, otherwise it'll just all pour out there. So, you got to have your 19mm thing in that. So, with modifications, I haven't done much. It's all about the tune. Now, can anyone comment on the Cobb system? Now, as we know in Australia, we're just so far backwards with stuff, but Cobb had all their promises. They had a promise date of February something this year where they were going to have the Australian this, that and the other. I'm aware that they might be selling the system, and to me that was my dream, to have a Cobb access port and see the data and then just turn it off and put it back to standard, right? But unfortunately, it is a very, seems to be, inhibiting system. My subscribers were not at all endorsing this Cobb system, even though that's what I wanted. When I bought this car, I thought I'm going to buy a Cobb access port before I even get delivery of the vehicle. But they weren't ready. The information on their website was just appalling. I mean, had they even been more honest, I'd have more confidence in them. I have got no confidence in Cobb whatsoever. And just remember something, guys, then you're very restricted in what you can do. So, mate, regarding modifications after 5,000 kilometres, get your hands on someone who knows the vehicle. In Sydney, we've got a guy called MRT Performance, Brett Middleton. He's got a YouTube channel, but go check his website out. And he's got the XB kit, which one of my subscribers or more have done. And that's the way to do it. You know, I know some of you guys are quietly thinking, oh, this guy's crazy. He goes, he tunes this, then he gets that. No, because that's how I build my knowledge, because I'm into every single thing about cars, nearly. And I want to know how much blow-by was there when it was new, how much blow-by was there at 5,000 kilometres, how much blow-by was there after I had the tune and the downpipe. Now remember, I had an NVIDIA downpipe with one cat. This has two cats in it, so you can now change your catalyst thing. Now I don't recommend doing that. These cars are absolutely a disaster for the environment, and bear in mind your 2018 Mr. New Zealand, sorry I forgot your name, is going to use 1.2 litres more per 100 k's than the 2016. So don't you find the girls on Jetstar are really bubbly when you go on the cabin crew? They're really like, it's just like a party on the plane, isn't it? But okay, we've got heavier wheels, we've got thicker glass, and we've got an improved narrow offset structure here, adding a significant amount of weight to the vehicle. So theoretically, Subaru's gone backwards. Now, for the guy in New Zealand, it's great you're getting the 2018 because this fully electronic central diff is so responsive. But just remember, in the beginning, go back to my videos when you see the silver car become blue and see what was going on with the from the wheel, and then the car just not being any fun to drive. So it's not as chuckable as the 2016, but now that the tyres have worn down, it is amazing. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. We know that, right? So the Dunlop Sports Max was my choice in tyre. It allowed the car to have fun, but now with this fully electronic centre diff reacting so quickly, in combination with the probably upgraded software and the VDC, you're going to find this car's not that much fun to drive. I'm sure someone coming out of an M3 would just go. I mean, you buy 3 of these for the price of one M3. But I'm saying it's not a rear-wheel drive. It feels like it understeers. And thank you for your comments coming through regarding the Auto Plus Minus, guys. I've requested, for you guys not aware, Auto Plus and Minus. What are you guys doing with it? I'm seeing some really good comments, but I want to have the time to read and respond to them correctly. I'm already seeing people talking about improved fuel economy in the auto mode. Thank you very much from all around the world to you guys. I love you a lot. I really do. Now, that covers the running in, that covers the modifications. Of course, you can do the rear mufflers. I've just got from the turbo with the separate pipe for the wastegate, 2 catalytics to here, to the Y. Now, there are guys that can cut these mufflers open and make a little modification and reseal them, and they're great. I want my own sound from this car. I don't want the NVIDIA sound. I want rasping. I want a bit of burbling. I want a bit of backfires, and I'm getting it. So I'm really happy with that. Go in New Zealand. Go New Zealand. Go, you good thing. See ya. See, I wonder if it's going to land in the North Island or in my favourite place in Queenstown. It's not far, guys. Man, you get a cheap flight, go there. It'll heal your whole body in one day and come back. I swear to God. I love that country so much. And you know, why I keep saying it is because there's so many jokes going around about New Zealand for years. It's like, oh, they're 10 years backwards. Are they? I don't think they are. We're 10 years backwards. We've got street signs everywhere. They just paint little lines to tell you where not to park and stuff. Anyway, I digress. So we've covered that. So when you're in the wrong gear, you're loading up your bearings. When you're driving like an old lady, like driving Miss Daisy, you're glazing your bores. But I don't believe you can glaze your bores in a car that you constantly got to change gears in. Okay? Now, I'll just add one thing for the bloke asking what system did I have in there. It is in there. I took it out so they could clean my car, but I mean, really? It's Car Launcher AG on a Lenovo tablet with that horrible blue ring around it. Try and get a tablet with a piano black finish, which is the cheaper ones, but then I find that they just have shit screens. The Lenovo $79 whatever special I got, it's just a good tablet. Now bear in mind, I have YouTube Red. When you subscribe to YouTube Red, it updates playlists and all that automatically. You can watch stuff offline. So the reason I have that tablet there, which is in a previous video, is simply because it makes me feel like I'm in an aircraft and it looks good, and it also gives me an ability to have movies playing and music videos, and sometimes it's really fun and it's nice. It's also got the speed there. And Car Launcher AG, $1.29, no hesitation, buy that app or even trial it and then buy it. So that covers that, the question from New Zealand. And congratulations. I can't remember if you said what colour it was, but yeah, isn't that cool? Hey, and there's not many of these. I think you might be in the North Island, because I did not see one of these in the South Island. Now, with the brakes, you're going to find they're going to feel really dead. But you might not notice that if you never came from a 2016. They're amazing brakes, but yeah, they need to be a little bit warm to work. You can get quite surprised, like if you're going to go being silly when it's dead cold, especially in New Zealand, you might find yourself not really stopping in time. I've made a video about the difficulty in activating the anti-lock brake and the and all that. I forgot to put my new number plate covers on. What a disgrace. At least they put tape there, yeah. Yeah, so now that these Yokohama Advan Hubba Bubba Bubbalicious tyres, they're way too sticky, I will not be buying these tyres again. Once they run down, then you're going to be able to have much more fun with your brakes. Just remember, guys, it's great to be able to drive fast, but it's also great to be able to slow down just as quick and stuff like that. So that's for you in New Zealand. Thanks for all your comments on the previous videos. And now I've been yelling. I mean, I didn't realise it's going to be like this. But yeah, hope that helps. Bye.